Hello and welcome back to our monthly self-care strategy for June using tarot. I am Abby and I just want to make a reminder about kind of the purpose of these monthly videos. It's not to forecast or predict what's going to happen. Rather, it's about providing a lesson or a strategy for how to work with what's here. A teacher for the month of, whatever it is that transpires for you, the ups, the downs, the in-between, you can come back to this anchor, to this energy, and use that to have the most empowered, inspired month. So our card for this month is the Lover's card. And in Soul Tarot, we're always bringing it back to ourselves. And so the Lover's card isn't a card about your lover. It's a card about really giving away our attention, putting things onto other people, and how this is an opportunity to reflect that back to ourselves. So for example, if you're putting someone else on a pedestal and you're thinking, wow, they're just so magnetic, they're so charming, they're so smart, they're brilliant, and you're not able to see that in yourself, that's a pretty good indication that you're doing lover's work in the Soul Tarot system, which is to say that it's an opportunity for you to kind of look in the mirror at where you're projecting, where your own strengths are. So if there's someone in your life that you are just really putting your focus or your envy on, of like, oh, I really wish that I had this or that, or this person is so talented at this, how can you sort of reflect that back to yourself and begin to really see and acknowledge and accept and receive that you are able to see that because it's a reflection of what's inside of you. So if you are admiring someone for their sense of humor, how can you kind of see that reflected back in your own sense of humor? And maybe there's a part of yourself that wants to reawaken. So it's really about reclaiming energy that we're projecting or giving away and bringing it back home. It's about allowing ourselves to receive what we give away, whether that's the love that we give away. We might be over-giving in some areas, and how can we really receive that back and also recognize that we're worthy of that, that those seeds, those sparks that we see in other people are already in our own soil. They're already planted within us. So choice is a huge part of June, of looking at where we have choices. Very often we can feel like we don't have a choice. When terrible things happen in the world, it can bring us to a place of helplessness or hopelessness, and maybe we don't even know where to go or what action to take. With the Lover's card, or the opportunity of this in Soul Tarot, is to begin to see that we always have a choice. Even if it feels like we don't, we always have a choice. The choices may not be our ideal choices, but there's always a choice. So beginning to really look for that and to recognize that in every situation and every interaction, you have a choice. If you're feeling helpless, if you don't know where to begin, recognize that you have a choice, and then what's the next small step that you can take? Who can you reach out to? Really knowing that you do have power within you to make those choices, and that choices are always available. We just have to look for them. We have to be open to them. We have to see things in a different way. So reclaiming is a big theme for this month, as well as receiving that which we're giving away. Another way that I can describe this is anytime that we're kind of projecting, I'll be happy when, that trap that so many of us get stuck in. I'll be happy when I have that partner or that job, or I reach this level of income, or when I have a kid, or when I move to this place. Whenever we're feeling or thinking that, that is a big red flag that we're in lover's work, because we're putting or placing our happiness on something outside of us, or there's too much focus on something external. And it's asking us to kind of come inward and into the internal landscape to reflect that back inwards. And I can share an example of my life. When I was in my 20s, I still am an introvert, and dealt with depression, and I truly felt that if I moved to California, all of that would magically just heal, and I would be an extrovert and just full of joy. I moved to San Diego, and that was not the case. My problems came with me. So we see this all the time, and yet we still get caught in that trap. And the grass is greener, if I had this then. So if you notice that this month, catch yourself, come back in and really reflect inward. You know, use that as a mirror to really maybe identify, like, ooh, what is it that I'm really trying to seek here? And how can I find that within myself? Or what do I need to do in order to feel that on a daily basis? Of really checking in with your desires, as well as where you're placing your energy. Where are you giving too much away or focusing on things outside of yourself to give you happiness? Because that's an inside job. So lots of opportunities this month to work with reclaiming your energy, with receiving, and with our third piece, which was choices. So I'd love to hear how that shows up for you, how you decide to work with this energy and to be open to the choices that are available to you. If you haven't already subscribed to my channel, please do that. And you can also subscribe to my newsletter at abbybethcarter.com to stay in touch and keep up to date on events and other info. I'll see you next time.